Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't really have a setup. I have like a little tripod, but I don't have anywhere to put the tripod. So this video is gonna look kind of weird, maybe filmed from a strange angle. Spike, come here, baby. I have a 70-pound dog who thinks he's a baby. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my family. I'm 19 years old. I am very pregnant at the moment, 36 weeks, and I am getting impatient. Basically, it was about early November, maybe the last day of October that I found out. I thought I had the flu because my significant other that I live with had the flu, and I just figured I caught it from him. Actually, it was November. I thought I had the flu. Around Thanksgiving, my grandmother invited me over, and I only lived 2 minutes down the road from her. And I said no because I thought I had the flu. And a couple of days later, Sam, my significant other, said, "Humor me, take a pregnancy test." I didn't want to take a pregnancy test because I had been told time and time again, you can't get pregnant. You're not going to get pregnant. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and a year ago, I guess this summer, I was told that I'd never have kids, and if I did, it'd be a miracle. So I was like, whatever, we'll go to the dollar store, we'll get the $1 test. I'm not spending a bunch of money on a test that I know is going to come back negative. We got one box of the $1 test at the Dollar General, and I think it comes with two. I took the first one, and almost immediately 2 little lines popped up, and I just kind of sat on the toilet and stared at it, and I didn't know what to think. My head was swimming, and I was like, no. I also have really bad hormones, and they said that that can give you a false positive. So I put that test down. I take the second test, and immediately those 2 lines popped up, and I was like, oh my gosh, no way is this happening. It can't be. This isn't real. It took me about 10 minutes to compose myself and take the pregnancy test out to Sam, who was in the room with a bunch of our friends at the time. And I showed him the test. He didn't show any of the friends, I didn't show any of the friends, and he just kind of looked at me and said, well, and that was it. That's how I told Sam. That was his reaction to it. He didn't freak out. I freaked out more than he did. I don't think I didn't tell my mom right away, or anybody right away for that matter. I continued letting people think I had the flu, and I went to this place called Hope Resource Center, which we have here in Tennessee. Fantastic place. I recommend them without a doubt, 100%. I'll make a whole other video on them. However, they do free pregnancy tests and ultrasounds and parenting classes. So I go down to Hope Resource Center, at the time not knowing about the parenting classes, just the free pregnancy test. They give me my pregnancy test, and it doesn't take them more than 20 minutes to come back and say, yep, you're pregnant. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And I told the lady about my hormone issues, and I said, you know, could that give me a false positive? And she said it could. And she suggested that I make an appointment for an ultrasound and not tell anybody until that ultrasound. They also talked to me about adoption and abortion and all that stuff, and I just was not interested. I knew that if I was pregnant, this was my baby, and that was that. So I set the appointment for, at this point it's late November, so I set the appointment for, I think, December 8th. And I go in on December 8th, and I have my ultrasound, and we hear the heartbeat, we see the baby, Sam cries. I don't know what to feel because I'm pregnant. And we decide to go out of town, go up to the mountains, which is a really popular thing to do down here, and just clear our heads. On the way home from the mountains is when I told my mom. Me and my mom never really communicated very well, and we're better now. We're much better now. I think it's just because I'm pregnant with my own child and I understand a lot more than I did when I was younger. But on the way home, I texted my mom instead of calling her, and I sent her a picture of the ultrasound, and I was kind of harsh, and I pretty much told her, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I was pretty mean. But she texted back, and she had her small freak out, but she was like, you know, I'm here to support you, even though you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. And me and my mom decided it would be a good, oh, look at that hair. Anyways, it would be a good idea to keep this from my grandmother for a little while until after the holidays, until after Christmas. Before Christmas, my cousins had a wedding. They got together, they got married. Well, my cousin and his girlfriend got together and got married. And I was a really, really small girl. I mean, I've gained a little bit of weight, but I'm still pretty small. And I guess I was already showing at this point. Not much, but enough for my aunt to point it out to my grandmother. And she said, I think Bree's pregnant. And I was like, my grandmother was like, no, she's not pregnant. You don't know what you're talking about. And then she came up to me and she told me what my aunt said. And I just kind of looked at her and I was like, no. And I texted my mom having my little freak out that somebody had pointed it out or even noticed. And my mom didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to think. And so the next day I ended up telling my grandmother, and she had her little freak out, and then she ended up telling my granddad a little while later, because I did not want to have to do that. And that was pretty much the important people in my family that I, you know, had told. Everyone else found out over Facebook. But that's how my family found out I was pregnant, and that's how I found out I was pregnant. You guys let me know what you'd like to see for the next video. Thanks for watching.